Hey everybody, today I'm going to take you on a tour of my newest aquarium. This is the UNS 5S, and I decided to do something super minimalistic. I rescaped it from the previous scape, and I'm going to just kind of take you on a tour. We're going to add some new plants, and we're going to add some fish. So let's get started with the tour. So I didn't feel like filming this. I did it on a Saturday night, and I put on some music. I just kind of wanted to get into that flow state. So there was a lot of gluing involved, and yeah, I just kind of wasn't in the mood to set up cameras, constantly move things. So here's the complete hardscape. I wanted to do something really minimalistic. I was inspired by some of the stuff I see on Instagram, and I wanted to kind of recreate that. So I'm using ancient stone and Manzanita wood, and you'll notice that there's a lot of negative space around the island, and this kind of puts a lot of focus on the island itself, and is just a really beautiful look in my opinion. So ancient stone is awesome. I live in Southern California in San Diego, and when I'm out on hikes, I actually see this stone out in nature. So it's got these beautiful rust colored streaks and can be gray or a little bit more brown and tannish, but really beautiful earthy tones. So what I did was I sort of piled this all together in, to me, what looked like a natural formation. And then I have little pieces of Manzanita wood sticking out. So the wood is actually 2 pieces of Manzanita wood, and I just kind of broke off little branches. The idea with this was to really maintain that sense of scale. The UNS 5S is only 2 gallons, so it's really easy to make it look small quickly. So you want to work with really tiny textures. As for our substrate, we've got UNS Controsand Bora. It's a very natural looking sand, and the UNS Controsand Santa Fe. The Santa Fe is that beautiful natural looking gravel, so I think that further adds to the scale of the tank and gives it some interesting nuance. And then as for the plants, I tore down the old scape and I salvaged some of the Bucephalandra. So this is Bucephalandra Ketagang Mini, as well as some lemoned out purple. And again, I think it adds to that really minimalistic natural look. I just kind of wedged it in the spots that I thought really needed it, didn't have to fuss with any glue, and I really like the look of that. But I want some more plants. So what I did was I went to my local fish store, Pet Zone on Convoy. Shout out to them. If you're in San Diego, go check them out. And I picked up some Microsorum narrowleaf. That's Java for narrowleaf. And I bought 3 plants, and what I did was I kind of wedged the rhizome into where it would fit, and I'm really happy with that look. So a couple of the leaves are sticking out of the water, and I did some Googling, and apparently the plant can survive like this as long as it has plenty of water. So it's my first time keeping Microsorum immersed. I'll let you guys know how it goes, but for now I think it looks really beautiful. All right, as for our fish, I am acclimating some beautiful micro Risboras. So these are the strawberry Risbora, and if you're familiar with the species, you'll know that there are several similar species. You may have heard of chili Risboras, exclamation Risboras. The strawberry Risbora has this little dot on the side. So what I'm doing is I'm acclimating them right now. They came from the fish store, which the water is going to be quite a bit harder than my RO system's water. So I take a TDS reading, and then I add a little bit of tank water to their water and get it pretty close. I would say within 20 to 50 parts per million TDS. And once that's done, it's time to add them to the tank. And these guys are going to be super pale for a little while, but eventually they'll color up and look nice and beautiful. And they've got lots of swimming space, but also little places they can hide and kind of get out of the light. Speaking of the light, I'm running the Chihiros RGB Vivid 2. Love this light so much, and it's a powerhouse. I'm only running it at 30%. It's fully customizable in the Chihiros app, which is awesome. A few folks have asked me, hey, why get a nice expensive light if you're just going to run it at low intensity? And my answer is twofold. First, you're not exactly just paying for the intensity, you're paying for the color rendition, and you're paying for the spectrum. These lights are engineered to provide the exact spectrum that your plants need to really thrive and grow. And then the second reason is I'm obviously quite serious about this hobby. I do it professionally. I'm in it for the long run, so I'd rather spend extra money and get something that's a little bit more future-proof. So if I decide to put this on a tank that is, larger and deeper and needs more light, I can use it, as opposed to cheaping out and getting something small that doesn't have a ton of power. Then it's not as versatile. So for me, I like to sort of buy lights that are over-engineered and then dial them down, and then they have some longevity if I swap them, which I often do. So there you have it, everybody. That's a little tour of this tank. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of the rescape. I'm really digging it. I needed something minimalistic in my space, and I'm really happy with it. So if you like this style of video, go ahead and drop me a like, subscribe to the channel, share it with a friend, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.